to another episode of Monday Morning Wood. I'm Danny, I like to play with wood, and if you want to learn how to play with yours, follow along. Today, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to save some money around your shop and avoid spending money on the big expensive things that you don't really need at a DIY level. Follow along, let's have some fun. A couple of years ago, I left corporate America behind in the pursuit of finding true happiness doing what I love, woodworking. The entrepreneurial journey has been a challenge, but with the support of my wife and kids, we're making it work. I've decided that I want to share the very basics of woodworking with all of you, using as basic of tools as possible to show you that you can create custom pieces for your home as well. Follow along. I look forward to working with you. First things first is tools. Is it true I love my Milwaukee tools? Yes. Milwaukee has been a phenomenal company and supported me. However, I did not start with Milwaukee. I started with Black & Decker orange tools. Literally the tools where you can go buy a combo kit for like 45 bucks and you're off to the races. You don't need the big expensive stuff if you're just trying to do a DIY project, or even if you're just starting out in woodworking trying to do a side hustle. Get what you can with what you can, move on from there, and you're off to the races. Next, let's talk finishing staining. Influencers, people who have been on the internet a while are going to tell you you need these little sponge things, or like an expensive paintbrush, even though this one isn't expensive, or a paint sprayer, all that kind of stuff, right? You don't. You really don't. The number one thing that I use for staining or finishing is an old t-shirt. I use that to stain, and then I use one of these little 6-inch rollers for my finish, or even for painting. If it's a small enough project, sign, something, smaller, I'll use either a spray urethane or a spray lacquer. There's no point to having, the big expensive stuff unless you're really doing mass volumes of stuff. So in a DIY level, these pre-canned or, aerosol can, that's the way to go. It's simple, it's cost effective, and you're not going to be sitting on, a $300 machine or a bucket of, lacquer that you needed one time and now it's collecting dust in your garage. So this is just a clip of me using just a standard roller while I am painting a door for a client. They wanted this one basically totally refurbished, so I did. I stripped it down, primed it, and now it's got a couple of coats of semi-gloss exterior grade white paint. All right, tip number 3, don't be picky with your wood. At a DIY beginner level, there's no reason to go out and spend more money than you need to on, lumber from a box store, right? You can get good quality stuff out of, stock 1x2s, poplar. I mean, this is just regular grade pine here. You definitely do not need the higher end stuff, especially on a DIY project. If you're making like a console table or something smaller and you're just tooling around in the garage while you're figuring out the project as you go, there's no need to go to say a sawmill and get stuff that you need to plane down and surface and do all that fun stuff with. You can buy they call it S4S lumber from your general box stores and get a pretty good result when it comes to finishing out projects with that. Tip number 4, the final tip of the day. This one I feel is like the most important just because of who I am personally. Be yourself. Have fun in your shop. I'm about to show you some clips of me in my element, just having fun, doing what I do. So enjoy. Why you wanna get me around? Surefire ways mix things up. Slow me down. All right, guys, that is this week's episode. I really appreciate the time that you have taken to watch, if you've watched all the way through. Whether I affect one person or 100 people or even more than that, I'm just happy that I get to share kind of what I do and, hopefully empower some people to get in their garages or, their tool sheds and try to make something happen with as little stuff as possible, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to encourage others to be able to make their own things that they want. Be sure to, if you have questions, comments, concerns, anything, drop them in the comments. I would love to answer people's questions or maybe do something that somebody wants to see made, anything like that. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you again, and we'll see you on the next episode. Don't forget to play with your wood.